and this is my first year at college prep. Dr. Anderson, board members, teachers, family, guests, friends, and fellow classmates, welcome to the 2023 College Prep Promotion Ceremony. For the past year, we have completed some very tough assignments. We have laughed together, and most importantly, we have grown together. We are excited to begin a new chapter in our education journey. We want you to know, parents, teachers, and fellow classmates, that you are our light and our focus. Thank you for all the support you have given us to enable us to make it through this exciting school year. We welcome you and thank you for attending our promotion ceremony.
Good morning. My name is Caleb Baum. I'm an 8th grader at Jardine Middle School and a first-year college prep scholar. Please join me in reciting the affirmation, which can be found on the back of your program. College prep, please stand. I pledge to be the best by doing my best in everything I do, and taking pride in who I am, my faith will see me through. Who are we?
College prep scholars.
What's our purpose?
Unity.
How do we grow?
With responsibility.
To make us what?
The best that we can be.
College prep, please.
Good morning, Dr. Anderson, parents, board members, faculty, and other distinguished guests. My name is Shaylin Jackson. I'm an 8th grade student at Chase Middle School and a first-year college prep scholar.
Good morning. My name is Noah Bobira. I attend Jardine Middle School, and this is my first year of college prep.
And we are your student speakers today. We, the class of 2027 college prep scholars, would not have come this far without your encouragement and continuous support. Thank you for everything you have done and continue to do. I remember our first days at college prep. It was difficult at first getting to know one another. We sat with students from our own schools, hesitant to intermingle. Today, we are one big family who like one another. We have learned to respect our differences and to accept one another for who we are. Dr. Anderson, you encourage us to use business etiquette, to speak with confidence, and to present ourselves as professional and polished scholars. High expectations have been set for us, and we diligently challenge ourselves to reach the highest heights. We are college-bound. Parents, you have supported us on this journey. You knew the road might be a little bumpy sometimes, but you believed in us nonetheless. It is from you we learn to persevere and never quit. Thank you, parents, for everything you do for us.
Mr. McKnight, you showed us that mathematical concepts can actually be used in our everyday lives. You provided us with the courage to work through difficult problems, to ask probing questions, and to work as a team. We've learned that when someone believes in our ability, there's no limit to the heights we can achieve. The COVID pandemic did its best to kill our joy. We refused to have the ability to learn and thrive be squashed. Our class will continue to support those who struggle. We will continue to fight for equity and the rights of all people. We will exercise our right to participate in civic engagements. We will honor ourselves and hold one another accountable to perform at our highest capabilities. Thank you, Dr. Anderson. Thank you, parents. Thank you, Mr. McKnight. Thank you, principals. Thank you, administrators. And most importantly, thank you, fellow classmates, for being the extraordinary people you all are. At this time, we have an introduction to our guests.
Good morning. My name is Jimena Soto. I am a first-year college prep student, and an 8th grader at Chase Middle School.
And I'm Jonathan Galloway. I attend French Middle School, and this is my first year at college prep.
At this time, we would like to introduce a very special person.
This person is a selfless woman who puts others before herself. She is a woman of faith, the preacher's daughter.
She is the superintendent of 501, Dr. Tiffany Anderson. Dr. Anderson has been an educator over 27 years, and in all her years of work, people have admired her.
She is a role model in the 501 community for the students and even her coworkers. Dr. Anderson has helped so many people, including me and my classmates. Please give a warm welcome to Dr. Tiffany Anderson.
Good morning. This is one of my favorite promotional ceremonies, and part of that is because it's not just one middle school, but it's multiple middle schools. Before I begin with any comment, let me acknowledge the principals from the home schools that are here. Let me start with the lead middle school principal, Mrs. Kelly Hoffman. Can you please stand for a moment? Mr. Mike Hare of Jardine Middle School. As I mentioned, Ms. Hoffman is also the principal at French in addition to being the lead principal. Additionally, Ms. Schreiner from Landon Middle School. Mr. Schwartz from Eisenhower Middle School. Mr. Leffert from Robinson Middle School. And I see we have a past principal and the current principal. Ms. Yvonne Spalding is the current principal at Chase, and Ms. Norman is the past principal. I say that because Ms. Norman was one of the fearless leaders that when we said, we have this idea of just starting college prep, and we just need one school to be all in. We picked two schools at the time. It was actually Ms. Cherubina at Eisenhower and Ms. Norman, and that is really where this started 5 years ago. Let me make sure I didn't miss any of our other middle school principals. While not middle school, I also acknowledge some of our high school administrators because these students are placed in an environment in which the high school courses at TCALC are occurring. They're using the building that was set up for TCALC, but we are given one wing of the building for this program. Additionally, we know that these students will be matriculating from 8th grade right on into their 9th grade experiences, and some of their principals have taken the time today to come and cheer them on. So let me acknowledge those that are here. Let's start with the principal for this building, who also oversees all of career technology education, Mr. Dustin Dick, and his assistant principal, Ms. Johnson. Additionally, the other high school principal that is with us this morning is Mr. Buckendorf from Topeka West. Now I'll ask for a moment for you to hold your applause while I introduce the leadership team members. There are 7 members that are here with us today. And as I conclude that remark, I will ask our school board president when it is time for her to make a comment, and I don't believe she's on the program to make a comment. This is all student run. But if I may indulge, and I'm looking at Ms. Foster, but I should be looking at the person that is the main speakers for today. Ms. Foster, remind me, who are the 2 main organizers for today's program?
Well, actually, every student sitting there has a role in this program. It is totally student-led, but Caleb Baum is the person who has coordinated everything that you see and everything that occurs today.
Caleb, can you stand for just a moment? First of all, excellent job. Because this is student-led and not staff-led, I'll ask you, Caleb, if I may indulge and adjust the program slightly and allow for the board president to introduce the board members. Is that okay, sir? Yeah. Yes? Is that what you meant to say? All right, thank you. Language matters. Thank you, Caleb. You're doing an excellent job. We just love on our students that they're like probably more poised than we were at that age. And it is just fantastic to see. Having said that, let me ask for you to hold your applause while I ask the leadership team members to stand. The individual that holds the tie-tying contest that helps teach our young people how to tie ties, the individual that helped with every building that has been built in the last 15 years, including TCAL, that also gives us much of the funds and philanthropic partners, is the deputy superintendent. He oversees everything that is not instructional, which we know everything that you fund for schools is ultimately instructional. Mr. Larry Robbins, the deputy superintendent, who is also a graduate of Highland Park. Thank you, sir, for your leadership and support. Our other leadership team members are Ms. Billy Wallace, the assistant superintendent, Ms. Donna Whiteman, the school board attorney. Mr. Galvin, I don't believe is with us this morning. He's the chief information officer. Dr. Gray, who's in the back, he's going to wave from the back. He's the director of instructional services, who also oversees all of communications. And Dr. Aaron Kipp, who I don't believe is with us this morning. He enrolls all of your students into any school that they attend. All right, if you can join me in thanking our leadership team. Now, we know you already know the faculty, and so we will leave it to students to continue with the appropriate acknowledgments of our faculty. I am here to talk to our students. For our parents who have students in the college prep for the first time, this year is particularly important because the college prep started 5 years ago, and it's modeled after many college prep academies that I've had the privilege to see. You see, I believe you don't have to pay for private school. I believe that students who are accelerated and advanced in their learning should have opportunity even beyond their standard home school to continue to be challenged with other like-minded young people from across the community. You know, it's different when you're in a gifted program and you're just at your school. It's different when you're not labeled gifted, so you may or may not have those opportunities. So college prep, this is almost my 20th year as a superintendent, was formed many years ago in other places, and it really was replicated here 5 years ago with a board that said have at it. And we started it with 2 teachers. Ms. Foster drove 8 hours from St. Louis, 4 hours this way and 4 hours back home. She got a second residence. She worked at the college prep in St. Louis at that time, chose to retire, so she's well past retirement years. She looks mighty young. And her energy is such of a young teacher that's just starting out their first year. As many know, Ms. Foster has degrees from Washington University, which is one of the top colleges, could go anywhere, and multiple other degrees, but she came to Topeka, joined our master's program, got her master's as well in administration, and joined in opening the college prep 5 years ago. In addition to that, the remaining staff, Mrs. Adrienne Ederson, she worked in the college prep with me 15 years ago. She moved back from New Orleans and came to, she worked in Kansas City. She came to Topeka as a teacher and then chose to leave that role as a teacher and is the school building administrative intern for all the operational needs. And then, of course, our teacher from the Caribbean, who saw Topeka on a map. That's Mr. McKnight. I'm just giving the background, even though I know they all know you. They may not know this. Who literally could go anywhere in the world. He chose to come from the Caribbean. He is trilingual, as is Miss Dela Cruz, and he joined college prep. He started at Eisenhower, which is where the first college prep started. His test scores outperformed every school in the state of Kansas, and he chose to join college prep. And of course, Miss Dela Cruz is, can you raise your hand? They all know you. She is the Kansas Region 2 Teacher of the Year for the state. She is literally the top teacher in the state of Kansas. She chose, as a district administrator, to work half-time. She was at Highland Park and a district administrator, overseeing math. She chose to work half-time right here at the college prep. That's the entire faculty for over 100 students. And they spend their day loving on your children. We have one additional team member who started as a paraprofessional, but she graduated with her bachelor's, I believe, in science. Am I correct? Okay. And she started to just this year, just to help Miss Foster. And I think she said she might be joining us as a teacher in some fashion somewhere next year. Did I hear that right a few minutes ago?
Yes.
What she really said is she'd have lunch with me and maybe talk about it. All right. It matters who surrounds you. That's why I shared that. It matters that I have an amazing board that allows us to do this. So I serve as superintendent and principal, and part of their pledge that they just recited was the pledge my students recited when I was a principal in St. Louis 20-something years ago. I pledged to be the best and do the best. These students have traveled and seen colleges throughout the state of Kansas and throughout this area, but these students have also shown what's possible. So they gained their academic curriculum that's 2 grade levels above. Most people will tell you that students can't be taught 2 grade levels above, but they can. So when they start as 8th graders, they get 10th grade curriculum. They start as 7th, they get 9th grade curriculum. And they not only tackle it, but they excel. So young people, as you prepare to enter into high school, as you think about Kinsley being maybe a early college entry student, something that twinkles about all of you, but Ms. Foster and I were just talking about you. As you think about your future careers in math or in science or in the health fields, I want you to know that anything is possible. Our mindsets are our only barriers. Money's not a barrier. There are no other barriers other than how you think. You are in a program that exists because it was in our mindset that it could happen. So I'm excited about what you'll make possible in the future. For those that already know or think they know what college they will attend, please stand for a moment. For those students that think they know what career they're going to go into already, please stand for a moment. For those that are standing from our front row to the back, if you think you know the career, what career, and if you think you know the college, please share that. You want to attend Stanford and be an aerospace engineer. Wonderful. Mrs. Foster talks about having marbles in your mouth and asking, so make sure I can hear you here. An excellent, complete sentence. All right, from our aerospace engineer to the very back row.
Something in film, maybe?
Can you repeat that one more time in a complete
Something in
sentence?
film.
You're going to be something in film?
Yeah, maybe like a film director.
Okay. And do you know the college?
NYU.
NYU.
Psychology, psychiatry, or aerospace engineering.
So kind of either helping people in some way.
Yeah.
And do you know what college?
Brown.
Brown University? I would like to be an engineer in business. Okay, do you know what university? Okay, still deciding. Yes.
I'd like to be an anesthesiologist.
All right, that is pretty specific. And do you know what university? Thank you so much. You may be seated. Let's give them just some applause. As I conclude the comments for today, this year is particularly special because it is the first year that College Prep is listed by the State Department as its own school. So for the first time, you will see the test scores, the attendance rate as its own school. We've moved beyond the program of 20 students to having over 100 students. 15 were accepted for next year for over 100 out of 120 or so applications. So we now are having people apply from across Shawnee County into the College Prep. It's pretty remarkable, a program that started with 20 students. If you are someone that visited a college this year, can you please raise your hand? If you visited a college, that's everybody, right? Okay, put your hand down. Exposure matters. So as I'm closing out the comments, this is Mrs. Foster's very last year. I don't normally speak this long. I don't normally quiz students, but we are so proud of you. For those that said, I'm a first-year college prep scholar, that has a business card and a handshake that'll just grip any, goes to pass any adult. You wouldn't know the first college prep scholar from a first year to a fourth year to a fifth year. These young people are ready for whatever comes their way. Miss Foster, who drove the 8 hours for 5 years, she's preparing to retire. And as she retires, she's actually signed up to come out of retirement in St. Louis, in the inner city, in a school that has 100% poverty. And almost every student, they had a 5% proficiency rate. 95% of the students are below grade level. That's where she's going. I had never even asked her her age, but she's way past retirement. 10 or 20 years past retirement. So for her to retire, come here, retire again, that speaks to purpose. And when you're following your purpose, it doesn't feel like work. We absolutely love you. And Ms. Foster, we are forever indebted to you in particular. We thank you. College prep, we're going to close with that pledge one more time. Stand on up.
Pledge to be the best by doing my best in everything I do, and taking pride in who I am, my faithful singing crew.
Who are we?
College prep scholars.
What is our program?
Unity
How we grow?
with responsibility.
Make us what?
The best that we can be.
Thank you. Let's give them a applause. You may be seated.
Good morning. At this time, we will now present our 8th grade scholars with their certificates. Scholars, when I call your name, please come forward. Can the board president please step forward to introduce the rest of the board members?
It is such a privilege to be here today in front of you as the parents that support these students. And these students that will become our leaders in our district for the future of their classmates. So we thank you for being here. I would like to introduce our board members. My first board member is Mrs. Lisa Schmidt. Mr. Keith Tatum. And Mr. Lalo Munoz. And we'd like to thank them for all the volunteer time and hours they put into our school district. I hope you enjoy and are proud of these students that are going to make a difference in our future. Enjoy the ceremony.
Thank you, Mrs. Bowman. At this time, scholars, please come forward when I call your name. Dr. Anderson, may you come up? Haley Jennings. Jasik Elby. Yamina Soto.
your last ceremony, and I know you like to be in the background. Yes, ma'am. But it would be most appropriate for you to shake every hand of every student.
Isaac Roman Chavez. Caleb Bone. Monica Paluco. Shaylin Jackson. Afton Smith. Ellis Gibson. Kinsley Young. Landon Snyder.
He broke the record yesterday for the 4x1 relay.
Jonah Tevis Galloway. Caitlin Locker. Noah Babiera. And Nathan Candigay. Dr. Anderson and board members, as well as all guests, please receive our 8th grade scholars graduating class of 2027.
All of the photos that we're taking at the very end, we will take one group photo. Those will all be posted by this evening. And an email will come to you, so you'll have every individual student's picture and the group photo. So if you don't get the photo you want, don't worry, we're getting it for you.
Landon and Monica, come forward, please.
Good morning. My name is Landon Snyder, and I'm an 8th grade student at Jardine Middle School and a first-year college prep scholar.
Good morning. My name is Monica Canizales Panuco. I'm an 8th grader at Jardine Middle School, and this is my first year of college prep.
In one's lifetime, there will be only a few extremely extraordinary and extremely exceptional people who will come into our lives. These extraordinary people will support you and have total confidence in you, even when you don't have confidence in yourself. These extraordinary people are more than mentors, they are advocates.
Our class is fortunate to have an advocate in the person of Mr. Larry Robbins. Mr. Robbins, will you please come forward?
Yes.
You play an instrumental role in all the opportunities we experienced at college prep. Because of you, Ottawa University was able to visit us. We were able to go to the University of Kansas, and were able to do community service for Toys for Tots. Your partnership with Advisors Excel has allowed us to participate in the democratic process of First Fruit. You have attended all our special events for the past year, including our academic awards ceremony this year. Overall, you have made sure funding was available for special projects, especially college visits. Today, we conduct ourselves more professionally than ever thanks to your donation of ties and your monthly professional dress competition. You have committed to supporting our college prep experience, and there is no way that we could thank you enough, yet we try. Please accept a small token of appreciation from the 2027 college prep graduating class. You are extremely special to each and every one of us.
I am an 8th grader at Landon Middle School, and this is my first year at college prep.
Good morning, my name is Kinsley Young. I'm an 8th grade student at Eisenhower Middle School, and this is my first year at college prep. When we reflect on the college prep program, Dr. Anderson immediately comes to mind. There would be no college prep scholars or program without the vision and commitment to excellence exemplified by Dr. Anderson. Dr. Anderson, please come forward. Dr. Anderson, words are insufficient to express our gratitude for your continued support of the college prep program.
Tokens of appreciation often miss the mark in expressing gratitude. However, we commit to excellence as we move forward in our high school experience, and with intentionality, we'll show you how grateful we are. In the meantime, please accept this small token of appreciation and gratitude from the graduating class of 2027.
My name is Jason Kelpie. I'm an 8th grade scholar at college prep, and this is my first year. Ms. Foster, will you please come up? We would like to thank you for everything you do. It's been a beautiful year with you, and we'd like to thank you.
The students, staff, parents, just everyone.
Can you hold it up?
I sure can.
What better for an English teacher than a book with particular letters from all of these people that she has touched over her 5 years?
My goodness. It says, "Dear Mrs. Foster," and there are notes from, oh my gosh, there are notes from every class that I have been with over the last 5 years. This is absolutely amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
Since Ms. Foster has been here, she has become a grandmother.
Yes.
And that's part of why she has to return to St. Louis. And as she teaches in the inner city and supports her grandchild and her daughter, she has not had an opportunity to get away much. So Ms. Foster now has at least one gift for one trip for your family to take anywhere you'd like within a certain amount of time. Thanks to the help of philanthropic support we're able to provide that for you. So within the next year, we ask that we pay you back for all the trip, and that you take time to take the trip with your daughter and with your grandbaby over the next year. We absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nathan Candier. I'm an 8th grade student at Jordan Middle School in the first year contract scholar. And we are so grateful that you could be here this morning. Thank you, everyone, for all that you've done to help us persevere and thrive. We're now off to new beginnings as freshmen. Whether we're going off to Topeka High, Highland Park, or Topeka West, our hearts are and will always be a part of the College Prep family. Again, thank you all for the support you have given and will continue to give. We are truly grateful. We are now at the end of the program. Please enjoy the rest of your day. Parents and guests, please remain seated until students have exited the auditorium.
Faculty will be joining on stage for the group photo. Ms. Foster made a comment about turning tassels. And turning tassels is something that you do in high school and you'll do it again in college. She wanted you to have that practice of turning, I believe, from the left to the right. Am I correct, Mr. Buckendorf? Is it the left to the right?
Put me on the spot.
For the practice, I think many of you already have it on the right, but for the practice of the turning of the tassels that you will again do when you graduate from high school. So this is just one step in high school. We ask that at this time to please move your tassels from one side to the next. That's your practice for high school and college and graduate. Please. I want you to do it again. One more time,
Thank you so much. Yes, I will. I am so proud of each and every one of you who's standing there, and I have never had this privilege before, so it is just amazing to me that I get to do this. So, graduating college prep scholars of the class of 2027, would you please transfer your tassel? Woo! Yay!
The faculty join for the photo. Mr. Robbins, this is Ms. Foster's last year. Would you like to join, since you are wearing the tie that the young people will purchase for you, sir? If you can't see Mr. Robbins' ties, he holds those tie-tying contests and awards students every month. They gave him as a gift a tie with photos of them on it. So you'll see pictures of college prep students on his tie. And our middle school administrators, I believe last year you all joined us in the photo. Would you do us the honors and join us in the photo? If it were not for you, we would not have college prep scholars at all. As they're still coming, more members, would you like to join us as well? We haven't done that before, but certainly. It's Ms. Foster's last year. She's going to know who was the board elect. Would you like for them to stand in the very back with the administrator?
Yeah, so administration
administrators if you okay, everyone look right here. 3, 2, we're gonna take a bunch. And what? And one more.
As has been shared, this does conclude the program. I've asked Mrs. Foster to make a final comment. She said she'd prefer not to. Are you absolutely sure, Ms. Foster, you don't want to say anything to the parents or board or anyone else before we conclude? And our young people will prepare to exit after her remarks.
Thank you. Parents, it has been a pleasure teaching your children, and thank you so much for your diligence in making sure that your students had everything that they needed here with us at College Prep. Board members, I cannot say often enough how much what you do is so impactful for students. You are changing the lives of generations, and that's so important to remember. So thank you for all that you are doing. Students, you are absolutely amazing. Each and every one of you has traits and gifts and talents that you haven't even begun to discover yet. So I applaud you, and I have this saying that you guys haven't heard very much, but it is, I will always be in your business. So you can rest assured that you will hear from me often, that I will find out if your grades are not at that A and B level that we expect, and you will hear from me. Parents, all of those students have my phone number, and I have theirs as well. So if need be, they will hear from me, and I hope you don't mind because they are my children too. So thank you.